Welcome everybody. This is my name is François Letarte for my role-playing channel. So, yeah, I'd like to make a video response. Well, in a pretty basic subject, but it's actually a video response to Rhaegar the Dragonborn. A video we made 7 years ago. Yes, it's on my long list of video I want to respond. So once in a while I will pop up with one of those response. And he mentioned me. He says at the end of this video, I will put the link down. If I remember correctly, he says, well, I hope GDR D30 that you won't take 2 years to respond this time. Yes, he was making fun of me because as he was making this video, I have made a video response about another video he has made 2 years earlier. So we did find that pretty funny, but now we're 7 years later this one, so he has reason to laugh at me. So 5 tips for convention gaming. Yeah, I was searching for tips. There's so many good tips on the net. So I will bring some of how I do it. So consider that as tips or not. But this is how I approach convention gaming. I consider that I have improved a lot in the last couple of years, and I I do arrive at conventions pretty confident, and this is the things I do to get that confidence. So the first tip will be about the game system itself. Of course, this is obvious. You have to be comfortable with your game system. Okay, I saw occasions game master coming with game systems they weren't mastering, and it wasn't pretty fun because the game had to stop a lot of times. So you have to master your thing. Okay, you have to be a master of the system you bring. Even if it's a new system to you, just study it correctly. And well, the more complex the system will be, the more you will have to cut in the rules. Just bring the basic rules to get the basic feel of the system, because okay, maybe you'll be surrounded by players who knows that system. So yeah, you can let yourself loose into the complexity of the system. But often in conventions, there are people sitting there who wants to try something else than they usually do. So they might not know the game system. So if you're going to something heavy with people who are not sure on how to do stuff, let's say you enter a combat, you will eat too much time into the small window of time that you have. So you have to make easier calls. And even if you know that there's a rule to something, or something, or whatever is happening, just do it as you feel it, just to make the game roll forward. As long as the players has a basic feel on the basic of that game, how it works. Okay, so yeah, don't be shy to cut into your game system. Well, that is a tip. That is something I feel that it's important. Often in conventions, you are demanded to offer a small introduction text. So may put the more information you put in that text, the more the players will have that information to play with. Okay, often the way I do it is that this is the starting scene of the session that is already there. So the players coming at my table, I hope that they have read the text. Well, I'll repeat it, but what they have read is basically what they're getting into at first. Okay, it becomes clear why they are here and what kind of adventure this will be. So that text is very important in my opinion. You have to give as much information as you can. So yeah, the players have to be informed of what they are doing there. They're sitting, and the situation is already announced. So the first situation. And remember, a player with information is a player that will act. So give the more information that you can to start with. Yeah, well, maybe you could have, this is another tip, but maybe you could have prepared lots of cool encounters and all that, but keep an eye on the clock, because and be prepared to cut down in your adventure. Okay, you have your strong start that you have put into your presentation paragraph, and you have the bad guy or whatever problem there is to solve for the player with its own agenda. Just keep in mind that it's probably where the game will stop usually. So in between, you can move around any encounters, remove encounters, or modify them. Yes, because maybe you have thought of a awesome encounter, okay, in the middle, but circumstances makes that it won't happen in time because we have a short period of time. So maybe you could just bring your awesome encounter as being merged with the ending scene if you want. You can do whatever you want, but the pleasure of role-playing game is to have the players try out whatever they want. So yeah, feel quite at ease in cutting off the stuff if it leaves freedom to the player, as long as they are challenged and they have information. So they will act, they will try out something, and they will get themselves into trouble. So let them be free into how they want to handle the stuff. And if they go past an encounter that you have prepared, well, yeah, they would just go to the next step that you have prepared. But yeah, don't be too rigid. Okay, don't be too straight on the encounters they need to have. Okay, let the player go around and just throw challenges at them that feels right, depending on what they're doing and where they are. So yeah, and by keeping an eye on the clock, if you have cut properly all the stuff, you will get to an ending, a satisfactory ending, satisfying ending. Yeah. So you will wrap this up, and I, that's how I do it. Okay, it's been a long time since I haven't been rushed into an ending of a session in a convention. Usually, I'm able to finish the stuff right on time or a little before the finish time. So because I'm just able to move out stuff or bring stuff back, but having that agenda and having the players against them. So I'm not too rigid. I'm not too straight on the encounters I prepare. Okay, I know that stuff will happen anyway. The players will provoke stuff. So feel free to cut down. That was the third tip. The character sheet. Well, it's I won't say bring pre-gen's character. I think this is an obvious one. Usually, you bring pre-generated characters unless it's part of the game to create a character. I have been running games at conventions where you had to create a character in order to see what type of group you are. But if you are to run with pre-gens, modify the character sheet in that way. If you are running games where the characters have special powers, special tricks, special feats, okay, just make a photocopy, or edit yourself a sheet where you put all of the definition of all that they can do, okay. Every one of their cool moves should be on their sheet, because a standard sheet of role-playing game, usually you have only space to put the name of the thing, and you expect the player to know about this and have the book. And in a regular campaign, you have the time to do that, but you have a short period of time, so it must be clear what the character can do. So bring your pre-gens, but with that, add a sheet where you have printed out all the cool stuff that they can do. So they will be informed. They will just, by the start of the game, just let them 5 to 10 minutes just to go down what is written there. Let them ask questions, and then they'll know what their character will do, and you won't have to end them the book of the game you're running. Okay, they will have all the information. It's important that they have the information on their sheet. Last tip for convention gaming. I think it's a human thing to do, but be grateful and thankful of the people that are coming on your table, but especially the people who are making this happen. Okay, the organizers of the event, go thank them, and even, well, this is me, but give them a hand if you are there by the end of the last. Okay, you're there by the end of the last sessions. I'll remove my cat. Yeah, be thankful. Go help them. Go give them a hand. Make yourself a name into that convention. Okay, outside of being an awesome game master, if the players are happy, you did a great job. And be thankful for them, like I said, that they have come to your table. But yeah, be thankful. Go see someone who's working for the organization and just say, hey, thank you. That was awesome. What you're doing is awesome. Okay, they need, these people are working hard during the conventions. They are running everywhere. These are role playing, they are passionate about role playing usually, but during the convention, some of them won't even play a single game. So because they will be there for the fun of everyone who's there, for to please everyone who's there. So go see them and say, hey, thank you, it was awesome, great organization, if it's the case. Okay, I don't know, I didn't go into very huge conventions. I never got to Gen Con. Maybe one day I will. It's not in my plan. Well, the only convention I really attended to, well, some others, but usually this is the one in Montreal, which is quite awesome. But it's depending on the date. They will welcome a couple of hundred people on the Saturday okay, so this is not a mega convention like Gen Con, so it's more easy to know everyone in the organization and shake their hand. So they're easy to find. And usually I give them a hand. I do spend one of my gaming slot into, well, do you need help on something, like, the table where you welcome the people who arrives. I just lose my word on how to say this in English, but I guess you understood. So as for example, or I was at the coffee table selling coffees to people who wanted to have their coffee to play. So this is my way. This is, I have been involved in many events that I have organized, usually musical events, but nevertheless, when you are into those, you are running everywhere. So I can really project myself into the people who are making those conventions happen. So they work hard to do there. So just to say thank you. Okay, this was awesome. They will welcome that warmly, and it will help you make a name for yourself into a convention. Okay, it's just the human thing to do. Yeah, so that was my 5 tips. I will put that into as a response into Rhaegar the Dragonborn video. I don't know if he will see it. So yeah, 7 years later, I came back with my 5 tips. François Letarte for my role-playing channel, and up to next time, I hope you have as much fun in your life as in your games. Goodbye.